Hey guys, Chelsea from Attention to Details, and I have a Subaru Impreza in today for a full detail. I share with you guys how I would use superior products in and out to get this vehicle back to beautiful. So let me do a quick walk around of the vehicle, show you the befores, and then I'm going to show you the products that I plan on using, and I want to show you what fantastic results you can get using a very affordable product. Sometimes a lot of people think you get what you pay for when it comes to detailing products, and I want to show you guys that's not always the case. Superior Products, they have fantastic products that are very affordable, especially for the pro detailer that's looking to, not necessarily break the bank on products, but you still want really great line, a whole system to be able to offer for your customers. And this is just like the tip of the iceberg with what they have to offer. If you have an O'Reilly's near you, or you want to order stuff off of Superior Products, their website. Alright, so we're going to do an engine detail on this baby. We've got to do tires and wheels. You can see there's a lot of road film on the paint. We're going to go ahead and get that cleaned and protected. On the inside, our door jambs have a good bit of just dust that's kind of caked on grease. Our carpets need a good cleaning, as well as vacuuming, as well as our seats. We're going to clean all of our plastics. You can just see it definitely needs a good thorough vacuuming and just a good once over with a great all-purpose cleaner. Fortunately for us, we've got a lot of options. You can see again here just kind of the caked on grease. Subarus, I have a Subaru Outback, and for some reason my door jambs, they just have really stuck on grease in there. You can just see it's not in really bad condition. Honestly, 95% of this is going to be removed with a good vacuuming, but there's just a couple areas where we're going to shampoo, especially the passenger and driver seats. These ones, I think honestly we might just be able to get by with a good vacuuming. You don't have to shampoo every single situation, but like we'll shampoo, these carpets just to make sure that everything is consistently clean. The trunk is actually cleanest part of the whole vehicle, but we've got a lot of caked on pollen in the door jambs or the trunk jam. Back here, again, plastics just dusty. We're going to go ahead and clean them and dress them. And again, you can just see we've just got some, light soiling, nothing major. Let's see here. And just come back around. You can again see tires and wheels. A lot of that should clean up really well. It's not like etched into the clear coat. These are clear coated wheels, so we're going to be using cleaners that are safe for them. Alright, so that's the before. You can kind of see the paint is kind of dull. We've got a lot of road film. So let me show you the products that we're going to be using. So excuse the fact that I do not have them in Superior Products bottles. I think there's just a shortage of bottles everywhere right now because of COVID-19. So I've been using the bottles that I have available to me from previous manufacturers. A bottle is a bottle. But anyways, we have here Superior Products Green All. We have this diluted to about 4:1. Fantastic APC. We have Formula 4 Spray Wax. This is going to be our drying aid. We have Superior Products Rage, just kind of mixed up in a bottle, 4:1. We have Non-Acid Universal Cleaner, again 4:1. We're going to be using this for our wheels. We have Superior Products Pink Perfection. This is a soap-based APC. Absolutely love it on interior plastics. I have found that, now mind you, tested in an inconspicuous spot first, but I have found that when I have used this product in direct sunlight on plastics, let's say by chance it happens to dry on there, no streaking, no white haze, no residue damage. Really fantastic, easy to use product that does a really great job at deep cleaning. We've got Aqua Gloss here, about 4:1. And then we've got Superior Products Zap-It. This is what we're going to use for our carpets and seats. And then we just have various detailing brushes. And then as far as soaps go, over here is our lineup. We have Superior Products Rage. I have that, like I said, mixed in a spray bottle, but I also have it in a pump sprayer. I'm going to be using this for our engines, door jambs, tires, wheel wells. It's a fantastic degreaser. Absolutely love it. Then I have Road Warrior. I actually have Road Warrior and Rage mixed up in a foam cannon, and this is what I'm going to use for my foaming pre-soak. I have found, this is just pro tip, if you use Rage alone in a pump sprayer on painted surfaces, there is a tendency that it will kind of have these like spotted, looks like stains, but I would just call it ghosting. Some people think the dye is actually staining the vehicle, but there are no dyes in this. The brown color comes from the surfactants within it. But what I have found, and this is my theory on it, is that because it has such high power degreasing abilities, it's actually kind of pulled the polishing oils wherever it comes in contact with. So I actually don't like to foam Rage on. I've learned not to do that in a pump sprayer or in, you know, just a spray bottle. I don't use it on paint anymore. What I will use is I can use it in a foam cannon because it dilutes it enough. You know, once I put it around maybe this much Rage, you know, fill up the rest with water, however much you want. But I've actually started using Road Warrior more for paint, for road film removal. I'll add a touch of Rage just to kind of punch up the cleaning power. But I find that if I use Rage this way, I won't have that kind of ghosting or staining occurring, and won't have to, you know, follow up with a polish or anything like that. But I have found, just a pro tip, that if you use it in this way, unless you're planning on polishing, plan on polishing, because you're going to have sort of like a speckled, what looks like staining, but it's not staining. It's actually, I believe, the product cleaning so thoroughly that it actually is pulling the polishing oils out of the paint and kind of drying it up in the areas where the paint comes in contact. So that's how effective of a cleaner it is. But this stuff was designed more for wheels and bugs. So I'm just saying, if you're going to use it, make sure you dilute it properly, have it on a wet surface. But I prefer to use it in this way versus this way. If you're going to polish, that's fine. You're going to get a heavier cleaning solution if you do it this way. But this is just safer if you don't plan on polishing. So just a sidebar. Hopefully some of you that kind of helps answer maybe any problems you might have been having with that in the past. The other two that I'm going to be using is Dirt Buster and Cherry Foam. I find that both are fantastic on kind of deep cleaning. Dirt Buster has a little bit more cleaning abilities, but I find that sometimes it can leave a little bit of residue behind. So what I do is I will actually foam the vehicle up with Cherry Foam. This is just, again, another MATCC foam cannon. I'll foam it up with Cherry Foam. That way I have lots of nice lubrication. And then I have Dirt Buster in my wheels and also in my bucket to wash. So I have just kind of a combination. I have found that those are kind of really good results. Dirt Buster foam's great, but I find the Cherry Foam foams a little bit more. But this has just a little bit more cleaning power, so I'll use this in my buckets, use this in my foam cannons, and again, Road Warrior for my road film remover. It cleans like Rage, but it's more of a soap based. You can use this in your soap buckets, and you can also use it as a degreaser, so you can just spray it on, let's say tires, wheels, door jambs, engines, things like that. All of these products are multi-dimensional. You can use them for multiple Alright, so we're just gonna do a quick pause. I want to show you guys. We've got our engine clean. Pretty much did like a quick, almost touchless, but just a light agitation with Rage, pressure wash, let it dry, dress it with Aqua Gloss. So engine looks fantastic. Paint, we cleaned it, we clayed it, we got rid of the road film. We got our door jambs looking fantastic. You can see we knocked all of that dirt and built up grease off using Rage and a pressure washer. And you can see paint has really nice gloss. The Formula 4 spray wax does a really great job of just kind of helping you dry it, giving you, more beading versus sheeting or the water sticking to the panel. It's not a long-term protection, but it does give a nice, instant gloss. Again, gas cap up here, we got everything cleaned with our Rage. So the paint and everything looks fantastic. Let me show you our tires and wheels. This is just one time around the tire with Rage. We did our wheel wells with Rage as well. And I used a turbo nozzle to kind of blast the dirt off. We use Rage in a mixture of the non-acid universal cleaner, and tires and wheels look fantastic. So we're gonna dress the tires with Aqua Gloss. We got our plastics treated with Aqua Gloss, and now we're gonna go ahead and get our Teflon Infinity Wax put on the paint, let that set up, and start working on the interior. You can also see here we had our Rage on our weather mats. It's a fantastic cleaner for weather mats. Even used the non-acid universal cleaner to just do a quick cleaning. I'm going to go ahead and go over that again with the wet dry vac just to pick up any large debris. It was just a quick way to get the exterior or the floor mat clean. But yeah, everything looks fantastic. So let's keep moving. Alright guys, here's our after. You can see really nice gloss with the Infinity Teflon Wax. Tires look banging. Aqua Gloss, I think that's around a maybe 1-to-1 dilution ratio. I had a small sample bottle that filled up a bottle about 1-to-1, and I used the rest. I filled the rest up with water, and that looks amazing on tires. It's a water-based dressing, so you're not going to have like greasy residue left behind, but it's a really nice high sheen. The Infinity Teflon Wax, I will say, pointers, it can be a little dusty, and you do not want to use it in direct sunlight. You want to do this in the shade on a cooler day if possible. If you're working in a lot of high humidity, you might want to consider another option, but it is about 75, 80 degrees, low 80, low humidity. I found that, by the time I was done applying it to a panel, started to apply to the second panel, the last panel would haze up. For the most part, very easy wipe off. Just other areas where maybe, you overlapped your spots, you might have to go over it a little bit more. And did have to go over my door jambs just because there was a little bit of dusting residue. But the fact that this is a long-lasting sealant, I know that I have been able to kind of set this customer up for success, because I know just from the way that they brought the vehicle in, they're not the type of person that is frequently hand washing it. They're taking it through a lot of automatic car washes. There's a lot of swirls and scratches on the hood. I will say, to say if this has fillers in it, give me 1 second. I know what this looked like beforehand. It does have some slight fillers to it. It's kind of helped to hide some of the swirls. There were dramatic swirls on the hood, so there is some small filling capabilities within it, but for the most part, we are done on the outside. Engine bay, door jambs, everything. Now we're going to get set up and start working on the interior. So first and foremost, when you're doing any sort of interior work, especially shampooing, you want to do a thorough vacuuming. So you can see I've used my drill brush attachments on and I did a thorough vacuuming. We got rid of all of the pet hair. I went over the seats. So when it comes to extraction, I'm using an Aqua Pro Vac. This is around $475, $500. It's not the cheapest, but you're going to get fantastic results. There are a lot more expensive units out there. I have cold water in here alone. It does a fantastic job just with cold water by itself. You can see we've got our Pink Perfection, and over here we've got our Zap-It ready to go. Like I showed you, we just did a thorough vacuuming on the interior using the rigid 4-gallon, 5 horsepower and drill brushes. You were able to see, we were able to get 95% of the dry soil out of the carpet fibers, out of the seats, even a lot of the dead skin cells. But you can just see there's some light discoloration in some areas, maybe from sweat, water, you know, body oils, dead skin cells, things like that have accumulated over time. So we're just gonna freshen everything, remove you know, any sort of soiling that's in the fibers that a vacuum wouldn't remove alone. So you can see here we've got our Zap-It. Now, why am I using Zap-It over an APC? You want something, one, that's low foaming if you're going to be extracting. Two, if you're not extracting, you want something that's low foaming. That way you're not going to have a lot of residue left behind and working harder. If I were to take just a microfiber, there we go. If I were to just spray some Zap-It on a microfiber, and there was like a light stain right here on our headliner, and just come in, you can do light spot cleaning with Zap-It. With APC sometimes they foam and you're gonna have kind of like a clean ring around it. And there's a fly in here, shoo fly, don't bother me. But I'm trying to see if there's any other staining on the headliner for me to show you. But essentially, if you wanted to do spot cleaning with Zap-It, you would just spray it on your microfiber, and then you could come in and kind of blot. This is kind of a blotting technique. All right, you don't want to, you can do like little rigids, but I find the blotting is better. Another technique is you can kind of do what's considered a tamping technique. So you take your solution, you spray it down, and then you get something similar to a brush. You're going to use the flat head of it, and you tamp. And what that's doing is it's kind of lifting soils to the surface, and since you have your microfiber there, it's putting the soiling on your microfiber. That's tamping. That is one other technique. So you have blotting like I showed you, where you just do little turns like that. You can also tamp. Okay, so you could do that if you are not wanting to extract. So Zap-It has multi-purposes. You can see we're getting the soiling up, but we're gonna go ahead and extract so we have uniform clean, especially on our seats. So let me set up my tripod and I'll show you how I would use Zap-It to extract. So we're gonna start at the seat first. Since any overspray that we have will go down, that way you start at the top, work your way down when it comes to, you know, cleaning carpets. And I also like to start in the front, because if I have any overspray on the back seat, if I've already cleaned it, I kind of have to double back. But this way you can just kind of work from front to back, top to bottom, if that makes sense. I know you can't see this back section here, but I'm just going to go ahead and get my solution on here. You don't have to be afraid of using this chemical. Like I said, low foam. You're not going to see a whole lot of foaming when you agitate, but you will definitely see a lot of dirt coming up when you rinse. I have my white drill brush. That is the safest color for seats. We're just going to hit these side areas one last time and agitate. What I like about Zap-It is it rinses free quickly, so I don't have to keep going over the surface, getting all of that residue out. That's body oil, sweat, dirt.
because they're, you know, so lightly soiled, I'm just going to use my tire brush and just come in and add the paint. See our seats, we have a nice clean consistent finish. They are just damp to the touch, so we're just going to go ahead continue to let those dry. You can see our carpets came up really beautifully. What's great about Zap-It is it has a fantastic citrus smell, so it will help with light odor removal. Not heavy, it's not like an enzyme cleaner, but it just leaves a beautiful fresh citrus scent behind. All my customers absolutely love it. So that's a closer look at Zap-It. Let me show you the Pink Perfection and how I would use that on plastics. And I'm gonna show you, this is hot to the touch. And a lot of people would tell you, don't use an APC on a plastic door panel hot to the touch. So I'm gonna show you guys how I would use Pink Perfection in this moment safely. All right, so like I said, APC in the direct sunlight, big no-no. The way that I have been using it and been getting good results, safe results, I have here an Autofiber Scrub Ninja. It has been soaking in a bucket of water, so it's wet. You can see if I just kind of run my hand over it, it's got some water residue. So we've got some extra moisture here. I'm gonna come in, give me a second. All right, so you can see we've got some sunscreen staining, just light dust. Bring our Autofiber Scrub Ninja. Gives us plenty of water to work with. Because it's soap-based, it's got really great sudsing capabilities, so it gives you a little bit more work time. It's not going to evaporate immediately on you. I'm just gonna, for kicks and giggles, I'm gonna show you what happens when this dries on there. I'm just gonna let that section in the sun go for just a second. And just wipe it down. I've got my Vortex gun. So here is our finished look of using Pink Perfection even in direct sunlight. I found that it is fantastic for cleaning the plastics in your vehicle, and I'm not gonna say that it won't do it ever. I know some GM trucks, they've got finicky door panels that tend to kind of leave that streaking residue. I haven't tested this product on that, so I'm just saying I haven't tested it on every single surface, but majority of the interiors that I'm working on, it's not staining even in direct sunlight. So that's a win for me. That's why I love using Pink Perfection versus Super Clean or, you know, any other APC that's out there. Even Spray 9. I enjoy Spray 9 for its antibacterial properties, but it kind of leaves like a sticky residue. And even this, it does not leave like a sticky residue. Your fingers aren't sticky when you touch it. If I use it on steering wheels, you know, I'm not feeling like I can feel that APC left behind. It just leaves a nice, beautiful, clean finish. I can follow up with whatever interior dressing or spray wax. I'm gonna keep moving on this interior. I'm gonna bring you guys back when I'm all done, walk you around, show you what we get, you know, what kind of results we get with really these two products on the interior, and we'll see you in a few minutes. All right, guys, we are all done on the inside. We got our mats cleaned with Rage, our carpets and seats cleaned with Zap-It. We got all of our plastics cleaned with Pink Perfection. I just put a kind of a quick wax on top just to give it a UV protection and a nice clean satin finish.
Door jambs were cleaned with Rage.
Everything looks beautiful. I'm glad I did shampoo these back seats because there were coffee stains in the seat cushion, so we were able to get that up with the Zap-It and give it a nice consistent clean look, and everything really smells nice and fresh. We got our exterior cleaned with our different soaps. We did a clay bar treatment, and then we topped it with the Teflon Infinity Wax. So these are the kind of results that you can get with superior products. And like I said, just because a product is affordable doesn't mean it's not going to work. So as you can see, superior products make superior products. It says it all within their name. Just because a product is affordable doesn't mean it's not going to be excellent and exceed your expectations. You can use a multitude of their APCs and get fantastic results, but even just using Zap-It and Pink Perfection, we got the interior pretty much cleaned. The exterior, we use a variety of degreasers and soaps to be able to remove road film, tar, contaminants, dirt, wash all of that away, protect it with the Infinity Teflon Wax. We've got long-lasting protection and really great gloss and shine. So I hope you guys enjoy this in-depth look of superior products. I'm going to put the links to the products that I use down below. For any of you who want to comment down below if you have any questions. If I can't answer it, Jillian will definitely be able to help you if you go to the Superior Products Facebook book or Facebook page. They answer questions there all the time that customers might have about different products, how to order, things like that. So I hope you guys enjoy this. We're going to call this one a wrap and clean up. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.